Hello, everybody, and welcome again to the Entrepreneur Power Hour. Today we're talking about the Japanese concept of Kaizen, making small goals to get to your one big goal, creating those little achievable things you can do every day to snowball to create that huge momentum that you want to create so you can get there, so you can finally reach your goal. And I want to hear what you guys are doing. It could be on a daily, weekly, even monthly basis to get where you want to be. So go ahead and start it off.
Cal Davis.
Go ahead, sir.
What I want to talk about is the university and me coming out of my secluded little box that I put myself in. I don't know how I did it, but it's like you got to break it open just a little piece at a time. You know, just like when you, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time? Well, that's how you as Soul would say, unwrap the onion, or so to speak. So, in my eyes, I have to go one step at a time, and that's the only way I've been able to overcome each individual obstacle that I have throughout my time. Like, I thought I'd never learn how to do Audacity editing on audio files. I went at it, took me 6 or 8 hours, and I was just sitting there. I was ready to punch the screen, I swear. It was so bad. It was like, I'm losing my patience. And then Marsha came to my rescue, and she showed me a few little secrets. And that's all it took. And I'm so thankful that she was there to pick up the pieces. But as Kaizen, as you say, a little bit at a time, well, that's how I have to open up my mind. I have to open up my mind that way because I've shut it down over the course of time by hurts and what have you, people hurting me, saying wrong things, doing wrong things. And so that's how I perceive what's going on with the university. He's like unwrapping me one little layer at a time. And I thank you for letting me express myself about that.
You're welcome, and good job, Carl. You're doing incredible there. And ever since I've gotten to know you, I've been able to be graced by your wisdom and everything you know. You're just such a smart guy, and you really know people and you understand people, and you're very, very compassionate and empathetic, and that's a very, very admirable quality to have. And everything you say is just so on point all the time, and it's great to learn with you, Carl. Next person, go ahead. This is an open discussion, so feel free to chime in when somebody's done talking, please. Is anyone going to unmute?
Hello.
Okay,
I guess I'll kick it off.
Hey,
what I meant by Kaizen.
What was the original question? I just got off the headphones for a second. What was the point of actually opening up the microphone?
Okay, so the point of this and the point of the whole idea behind this hanging out is thing.
You froze up.
But like the concept was just doing small things to get to your goal.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, sometimes that's the thing, we sometimes think that we actually have a huge objective, and we think that it's going to be so hard for us to achieve it that we don't take it on, and that's the interesting thing. It depends on what you do, but it could be. I think I actually have two examples. One of them is like whenever I help on a bicycle, it's like you don't treat it as like it's gonna be a 100-mile ride. It's gonna be how well you can actually do that one single pedal stroke, right? That's like it's awesome, right? So you don't focus on, oh, I have 10 more miles to go. It's like, I can just let the pedal drop. That's the mantra I have for cycling. The interesting thing is like when you're doing a website development, The other one that's kind of cool is when you hit a snag or whatever you call it. What I do typically is go ahead and start doing something completely different. Shift my perspective. And the interesting thing that actually happens is whenever I solve that problem, that the new one I took on, the other one was either magically taken care of, somebody's actually helping me do it, I get some perspective, or I'm actually getting angry and frustrated and I don't know what to do. And if that's the case, and if I'm gonna start going into the incorrect mindset, I realize, okay, you know what? I need to completely shift my approach to this, and that's a very interesting. Believe me, this was not me more than a year ago. Let's say that this kind of state of mind that I achieved it was developed in the past 2 years, and it's still growing. I see a lot of interesting things, and it's all because of doing seminars like this, like the one that Karim and Chris are putting together. The other thing that actually is very important was a lot of personal development, and also, and this is crucial, having an interaction with the correct people. You know, if you're gonna be talking with the people that keeps you in the same mindset that whenever they hit into a snag they swear, then you're gonna start swearing when you hit a snag, and that's one of my habits. That's my objective, to actually go ahead and kick that swearing habit. Damn it! I mean,
I like it. We haven't heard from Rick and Cheryl yet. Guys, this is open discussion, so feel free to chime in anytime. Go ahead, anybody.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'm a martial artist and a surfer, and I was a surgical assistant for 25 years. And to get into each one of those, let's call it discipline or art or something like that, you sort of had to start slow and work your way up. And just like with surfing, like the first day I tried it, I caught a wave, and I didn't catch a wave for like 6 months after that. So I kept watching all the other people and swearing, like Luciano was saying, and it didn't help, you know. I mean, one day I figured it out, you know, for myself by observing and training and doing an alternative methods, just like he was saying for web development. I've done that for a lot of years too, and got totally frustrated and stuck, and the same. I would do the same thing. I found out the same thing that he did. My wife would say, just drop it, do something else for a while, go outside, go surfing, do something else on the internet, and come back to it. And all of a sudden, it seemed like the solution magically came to you, or you just like, oh, I can get that done on Fiverr. What am I doing? You know. So I agree with Luciano. He made some really good points, especially, you know, about it can be frustrating on the internet. Especially if you get to a point and then you go up on YouTube and you research it and you look on Google and you think you have the answer, and then you try it and it doesn't work, you know, and it can be really, really frustrating. It's like with email lists and with regular business stuff. So I like his approach, sort of like look the other way and try something else. But like with surfing and martial arts, it was a step-by-step thing. Like now that, you know, over 30 years I've been surfing, but I just didn't run out and surf a 20-foot wave. I mean, maybe a few guys do, but you have to work yourself up and step by step. My biggest day on the internet was $16,000 overnight. Well, it just didn't happen one day. Oh, I got up and whoa, there's $16,000 in my bank account. Hell no. I had to work for that. I worked harder than anybody else. I got my computer. I didn't even know how to turn it on in 1996 or 1995. And when I figured out how to turn it on, I was making money in 90 days because I was so like focused on like a step-by-step process. I'm going to learn this, and I'm going to bring it to the community, and this is what I'm going to do, you know. And I just went step by step by step, you know, and that's been my method to success. And if I get stuck, like now, I don't worry about getting stuck that much because I got all these guys that are in my pay me what I'm worth class. I just look to them. I look to Chris Peters or Kareem and any of these guys that I've got to know, and that they'll hook me up. They've hooked me up so many times. I don't even have to ask them. I just read their blogs if I want to figure something out. So I don't know what. Do you have 2 cents on that, Cheryl?
I guess I'll put my 2 cents in. I'm with Carl and Rick with one step at a time. I guess my analogy here would be with my quilts. Each of my quilts is a whole bunch of small little pieces put together, and which each go into one piece that's made up of a bunch of pieces. And then I have 20 of those that go into the big thing. So I take it one step at a time, and I've really found out by doing that, when you achieve one step at a time and you go for it and you take the action, then all of the rest of it just falls into place. And how about you, Cindy? What do you have? Got something good here today?
All right. Well, I've been on a journey now for a while. I would say for the past 5 years. And because I started with one program first to start reaching my goals. That was a stepping stone. And I planted a seed that way. A seed was planted. And now I'm on a journey with Pay Me What I'm Worth. I'm taking another personal development class. So I'm learning more about myself, and I feel that this is going to help me to better achieve my goals and to really find out where I'm going, what I'm looking for. And I've been practicing a lot of visualization. In my mind, I've been thinking about what I want, and really just, And so I've been doing that, and with my MLM business now, I just decided to join my MLM business because because of health and wellness. I have a lot of health challenges, so I feel I'm worth that. Taking that extra step to take my nutritional supplements that are specifically designed, custom made just for me, based on what my health challenges are. And so that's one of my goals, is to start being healthier and to lose weight. So as far as losing weight goes, I won some personal training classes that I mentioned. I'll be working out. I just finished water aerobics, and now I'm going to be doing some personal training.
Wow, congratulations. That's awesome, Cindy. And I think it's important that, we all understand that if we take daily action, and it doesn't matter really, what it is, as long as it's daily action and it's something that contributes towards your goal, or goals or dreams or whatever it is, that we're going to get there. That's why we do this show. It's for all of you. That's why we show up every Saturday and we have interesting stuff to keep you guys engaged and to get your ideas heard. Because, teamwork makes the dream work, and that's going to become my new motto. Thank you for that, Carl. And he's absolutely right when he says that, because in any business you have to have that camaraderie and that teamwork, or you're not going to get anywhere. And I want to hear from Stefan here. He's been waiting quite a while to talk. Go ahead, Stefan.
Yes. Okay. So in advance, I want to say sorry if I sometimes don't find the right words, but I try to work on my English every single day.
Your English is good. Your English is good. We understand.
So I hope you understand my idea and what I want to share with you. I'm now for almost a decade in the network marketing industry, and I struggled for about 8.5 years, I could say that, and I think in order to achieve small goals, you need to have a huge, big goal that drives you. So you cannot say, okay, I write a blog post and then I'm fine. So you have to say, okay, I want to write 360 blog posts, and now today is day one, and let's go. Yeah. So that's my personal intention when I want to do something. I say there's a proverb that says, dream big, start small, and start with what you have, because what you have is plenty. No matter how much money you have at the time when you start. If you're broke, if you're that was I had 70,000 euros debt when I was at my lowest point in my working career. I was working in the corporate world in an IT distribution. It was every day was horror, and then I was so broke that I had a side job in a roof tiler company. From a friend of mine is the CEO of a roof tiler company, and yeah, I was working there at 5:30 a.m. in the morning until 8. Yeah, then I get back to jumped at home, was changing my clothes, go to my normal job, to my in this IT distribution, and then I came home at 7 p.m. and then I sat down and worked on my online business because I struggled for so many years in network marketing to build a network marketing business here in Germany, and then I decided at some point, you know what? Let's try to do this internationally, because if you can do this, if you can talk with all the people around the world that are able to speak with you in English, the opportunity to build a really international business is more bigger. Yeah, this was my goal, this huge goal, and then I stumbled across the strategy to build up a blog. Then I sat down over a year and wrote every single day one blog post in English. And in the beginning it was pretty hard to find content, to put it in my own words, to put things that I learned in Germany in my German network marketing company I was involved at that time, to bring this in a blog post, and to bring it so that it is engaging. And it sucked. Over 180 blog posts, and I had 2 or 5 visitors per day on my blog, and this was pretty frustrating. But then I said, you know what? You're now at the point. You're in this industry for now 8.5, 9 years, and nothing has worked so far. And if you quit now, you wasted 9 years of your time. Yeah. So there's no way back. that was my personal attitude. Yeah. And so finally it was last year when I was really finding that it's a bit cheesy. It's this marketing guru speech or language when you say I cracked the code or I find a secret or something. It's that's always pretty pitchy. But for me, I found that way that worked for me out. I found some strategies that I learned from the system that I'm involved in to build my network marketing business, and from my experience that I learned, and I'm so glad that I failed over the time. And I think failing is also some of those small achievements. Yeah. That's the best thing, because if you read all those books from those successful people, they all have failed all the time, and most people they see only the successful people, and they see, hey, as you said, sorry, I don't know your name, Cheryl, your husband, he said
Cheryl and Rick.
I had a $16,000 night. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but I assume yes, thumbs up. I didn't have that yet so far, but I hope I will get that. I think when you say you're in the internet or building an online business since 1996, that's over almost 20 years. So that don't see the people. The people that are weak or are too lazy to think about deeper about all those personal development stuff. They think, oh, I want these $16,000 next month, and if I don't get that, then I'm out of the game. Yeah, and especially in the network marketing industry, people come in and if they don't see results, the majority of the people are quitting within the next. Some people quit in the first week. Yeah, or then at latest in their first year. Yeah, there's also a book, Your First Year in the Network Marketing. Yeah, so and this is the most hardest year, but I can say, okay, it's much more. But to sum it up, I think you need always a big goal that drives you, and you need to bring in that habit to push yourself every day, especially in the hard days, and to say I don't forget this big huge goal. And I think we can all achieve that, but the most hardest part is, I think, not to earn that money or live in that house or drive that fancy car or have that dream body we want to have. It's that the hardest part is to believe in that. That's my opinion, and that's the hardest journey to the state of mind, to really believe in that. And if you believe in that, then it's pretty much easier, yeah, because then you're so convinced, and no matter what other people say, and they come and say, yeah, why don't it? People came to me and they say, why the hell you're a German guy, you have a Franconian accent, people in Germany don't understand you. Yeah, so why the hell do you want to build a business with having people on your team from Canada, from the UK, from the USA? They say because that no one or most people in Germany don't have that. Yeah, and this is also a goal that drives me. Yeah, and so the whole thing comes together. Yeah. So I hope this wasn't too confusing.
Oh, no, it's good.
So that you know a bit about me.
Wow, Stefan, that's really, really, really awesome what you said there, and yeah, you've got such a strong point. Actually, you made a lot of strong points about taking action all the time and taking action even when you don't see the results. Because you think of Thomas Edison, or I can't think of any other great inventors right now because I just woke up a while ago. But Thomas Edison invented our light bulb, and imagine if he had just given up. Or Benjamin Franklin discovering how electricity worked. Imagine if they all just went, well, I didn't do it today, so I quit. I'll see you guys later. We wouldn't.
Exactly.
We wouldn't have anything. So and I think the problem in our modern society, in our modern culture, is society tolerates quitters.
Yes.
And back then that wasn't an option. You couldn't quit. If you were an inventor or you were an entrepreneur, there were so many people counting on you to succeed. You couldn't quit. But nowadays, because it seems to be the culture is to just, I'm just going to quit because it's not working. Well, that's why we're doing this show. We are the Thomas Edisons of today. We are the Benjamin Franklins of today. We are who else was it really great? Or the who invented the plane? Was that the Wright brothers that invented flying? Yeah. That's the kind of people we are.
Ford cars.
And Henry Ford, yeah, we're like the Henry Fords of today too, And
Walt Disney, for example.
Henry Ford was the man who invented, who's behind the Ford Motor Company, and he successfully got 8 cylinders in a single engine block, and everybody told him it couldn't be done. But the Ford team kept working on it until they successfully put 8 cylinders into a single block motor. So, that's the kind of attitude we need to have if we're going to make it in this industry as entrepreneurs. Because, if you give up, then you're never going to see the fruits of your labor. Go ahead, Cindy.
Okay, well, I was going to say what he was saying about if he had quit, he would have because he failed 8.5 years earlier. That's true. That would have been 8.5 years wasted. So why waste it? So that's why it was good that he kept going. And I believe a lot of what he was saying, you know, that you have to believe. He kept saying, you have to believe, you have to believe. That's all about faith. That's having a strong faith, and I feel as though he has a really strong faith. And Germany seems like a really beautiful country. I was going to ask you where you're from, where your accent came from, but then you mentioned Germany, and I said, oh, he's German. That's one place I really think I'd like to travel to. I've studied about it online, and I find that their animal welfare laws are a lot better than some other countries, and that's very important to me. I like that. So, you know, I go to those countries, but Germany is one of the nicer countries that really care about animal welfare. So I applaud them for that too.
Thanks, Cindy. Yes, especially me, my mother-in-law has I don't know the correct English word, an animal organization to help dogs living on the street and such like this. And there are tons of that organizations we have in Germany, so they really care about that. But what I see in our industry, you're in network marketing as well. People in Germany, they are really skeptical. So you need. I bring as example, if you put in a landing page in front of 100 Germans, no matter how good they is, how many sales copywriter, the best sales copywriter you hire in the world, they write the landing page for you, 2 people will opt in. If you go to another country, and it's my experience because I do a lot of Facebook advertising at the moment, then the opt-in rates of the people is a lot higher, yeah. Though you use the same sales copy, yeah. So, and when I talk to Americans, especially to Americans, then most of the Americans speak from the heart. That's my experience. Yeah, I'm sure there are Americans who don't like people and living in the basement, but that's my experience. They are more open-minded. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to do all the things online. But anyway, Germany is a great country. I love to be a German, of course, and yeah, please come to Germany. Come to Nuremberg. I live in Nuremberg, in Germany, in Bavaria. It's a great city, very much history, so you can come. But I think that's not a subject for today.
Oh no, man! It's open discussion, bro. You
Okay.
can say whatever you need.
Okay,
whatever
I
you
don't want to make.
We're not restricted here.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine, bro. That's fine. Yeah, and we're neighbors in Norway, so I'm close. I was close when I lived there. I would have been really close to. I've been to Germany quite a few times too. It's
Awesome.
a beautiful country. And what Cindy was saying there, you know, animal welfare, it's a very important subject. I'm an animal activist as well, so I really admire what you guys do over there too in that regard. But I think that, you know, for us as entrepreneurs, we've got to remember that not everybody wants what we have, but the right people will show up. We just got to keep going with what we're doing and how we're going about doing it. And I think then the right people will start showing up for your business, and it'll grow. And Rick and Cheryl, do you got anything you'd like to add?
I think you're right, Chris. Like, you have to stay really consistent and believe in yourself, and believe in the product or service that you have. And that I know that I learned on the last show that was one of your issues, that you were really consistent, but the the company and the product and the service that you didn't believe in it, but the reason you didn't believe in it is because the damn thing didn't work, and they made unfounded claims. At least that's the interpretation that I mean, you might have not said that, but so I think it's really important. Like, if you believe in yourself, that's one thing, and then if you believe in the product and the service, that's another thing. Like, if it helped you out, and then you can go, look, check it out. You know, it did this for me. You know, and it might work for you too. I think that's really important. And results, like getting results, like and I wanted to shift a little bit about getting results because, like, I'm pretty consistent. I wouldn't say that I'm super consistent, but you can always be better. Like, I have like 300 and some videos up on my channel, but it doesn't get, you know, super duper traffic, and I'm not like making a living off my YouTube channel. But I know that after a year of making those 300 and some videos or whatever it is, I feel more comfortable being on there, and now I know that I have to sort of fix everything as far as like study keywords and get them ranking better. If you look at Pay Me What I'm Worth, and you look at the videos I made, and you go to YouTube, I dominate the YouTube search engine in that, and I'm not even using keyword stuff. Okay. Now, if you can do it with that, you can do it with anyone that you want to. You know, I dominated for IBO for a while too. It's easier to rank up on YouTube, but it's more like he was saying, the consistency and doing it over and over again, even if you can't see the results. Because I think that one day, like, Pay Me What I'm Worth will be a lot huger than it is now, and all the efforts that we're doing right now, because I've seen this happen to people. They just like stop doing it for a little while, and then all of a sudden the company that they're working with takes off. They're getting major traffic and major attention, and they don't even know why. But if you stay consistent, man, you'll make it no matter what you're doing, and then just sort of tweak what you're doing. That's the way
That's
I've
awesome.
always done it.
That's awesome. I had
Carl, did
something
you want to add anything?
Yeah, I had a couple motivational.
Oh, go ahead, Carl.
I had a couple motivational things that I think will catch your eye. Being that you're a basketball fanatic, as I am, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games.
Oh, Carl, you're freezing up. Carl's freezing. I know who he's talking about. That's Michael Jordan. I actually have the story of Michael Jordan. I found it at a yard sale for $5, and I just had to have that. So yeah, Michael Jordan's a huge inspiration to me. And you know, when Michael Jordan was playing basketball in high school, his coach was just a complete, you know, wasn't a very nice guy to Michael Jordan, and kept saying, "You'll never make it to the NBA. You'll never make it to the NBA." You know, and just imagine if Michael Jordan said, "Oh, okay, you're right. No, I probably won't." We wouldn't have had one of the greatest basketball players of all time. That wouldn't have happened. You know, so it's very important not to listen to detractors or people who don't believe in you, or who don't contribute to what you're going for.
And there's another part of the story for Michael Jordan is the fact that whenever he actually wanted to go ahead and play baseball, remember that time of his career, he just quit basketball and went to baseball, and then he actually said, "You know what? This is not my game," and he figured out. He turned around, and that's when his career and his bank account actually quadrupled, and like his motivation went up. His return was actually marketed very well, very strongly. It was a very interesting moment when it comes to that how he had a passion that he was like he always wanted to play baseball, but his natural path, his natural ability, and his mindset was so focused and so well trained for basketball that he had to recognize that, you know. So that was interesting too, to be able to recognize and let go of the things that are not your natural path sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Carl, go ahead, man. You froze up. I know who you were talking about though, but I want to hear that story you were just talking about Michael Jordan. So go ahead.
Carl?
His audio might still be loading.
There's a
Go
lot of
ahead,
good
Kareem.
stuff here, but I just was going to say when we started this show with our friend Doug, it didn't go that well either. So it goes to show you we could have just quit too, but we didn't. Look what happened.
Carl, are you there yet, buddy? We're just gonna see if you can get unmuted here for a sec, guys. And see if he's gonna try and.
Hey, too,
Okay, he
Carl.
joined again. Yeah.
That's how much he loves us.
Okay.
He joined twice.
Yeah.
That's probably why his audio is not working.
I think, yeah. Anyways,
Well, it could be that he left once and that still hasn't finished loading, and then he tried to join again, and it's Google's a little bit buggy like that. It gives you problems from time to time, and I think that it's because Google is so huge. I mean, Facebook doesn't have a feature like this. Twitter doesn't have a feature like this. And I've actually been on some forums recently reading that Google is going to own Facebook, and there's no question. Oh, look, it's my kitty. There's no question about it that Google is going to own Facebook, because Google is such an unrestricted platform, and they don't have all these rules in place that Facebook has, so it's a lot more versatile for network marketers and for business people and things like that. Well, hello, you want to be on camera, do you?
actually, Chris, I
about that.
disagree.
Sorry about that.
What did you say, Kareem?
I doubt
That's fine,
Zuckerberg
Carl.
would ever
Okay.
sell Facebook to Google. But my perspective.
Yeah, I don't know. Facebook is losing a lot of people because of their policies and stuff, and Google is just getting bigger and bigger. Well, Google Plus, and that's, you know, if Zuckerberg wants to make more money, he will. I'll tell you that, because Google is going to offer a lot of money. I can guarantee you. Luciano had to go. That's fine. And Carl, are you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I connect with the Wi-Fi from downstairs, and the guy has got his Wi-Fi box. I don't know. All of a sudden, it just drops right out. So how far did I get through that motivational one? That first one was Michael Jordan.
Just start
Did you hear
just start all over again, Carl.
that? Okay, I'll try this again. I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan. And then I have another one that I thought was quite appropriate. Why do I succeed? I succeed because I'm willing to do the things you are not. I fight against the odds. I will sacrifice. I am not shackled by fear, insecurity, or doubt. I feel that emotions, drink them in, and then swallow them away. I feel those emotions, drink them in, and swallow them away to the blackness of hell. I am motivated by accomplishment, not pride. Pride consumes the weak, kills their heart from within. If I fall, I will get up. If I am beaten, I will return. I will never stop getting better. I will never give up, ever. That is why I succeed. And I believe that's the reason why everybody here, entrepreneurs, success seekers, however you want to word it, that's what drives them. They got to have, like Luciano said, that major big goal, that why, if you will, or whatever. something, and then, as Soul would say, peel off the layers one by one by one. You know what I'm saying? Like peeling off an onion skin. And that's what we have to do to build up to be that success that we want to be, is to just do it. I mean, that's another one that was very motivational to me. Is Larry the Cable Guy. He's quite funny, but get her
That's
done.
awesome. No,
It was so awesome. But thank you
that's
for letting me say that.
oh yeah, man. That's another thing, and another segment we're adding to this show is things you learned on the Entrepreneur Power Hour. So as we come to a close in a while here, I want you guys to give your input into what you learn each week here with us, and how it's helped you throughout your week and stuff like that, because that's very important to us as well. But that's why I love sports. Not only because I bet on it and I can win money, which I usually don't, because gambling is always a 50-50 thing, But I watch sports because I see the determination level of teamwork, and I see how determined teams are when they're down by, in basketball or hockey, they're down by a couple goals or whatever. But they don't skate off the ice and go, okay, well, we're losing, so I'm done. No, they will find something. They find that spark. They find that come out and win. Now, of course, at least keep the game close, and they may only lose by 1 or 2 points instead of by 30 points. So in their heart, they've still won. They did lose on the scoreboard, but in terms of teamwork and how they came back and kept the game so close, they won. So that's a very important mentality, and it applies to all areas of your life, not just in sports or in business. People in conducting yourself as an honest person with integrity. I think it's very important to have that spirit where you want everybody that's with you to win, that you want everyone to win, and that's what it takes to be successful in life and in business, is caring about who's with you and why they're with you, and keeping them following you and close to you. I think that's very important. Stefan, do you have anything you'd like to add, or Cheryl, or Cindy? Anybody?
Yes,
Green even?
I would
Go ahead.
have what Carl said, very, very awesome. And he said something about sacrifice. And I think this is also a very, very important part we all should be conscious about, and we should ask us about in regular on a regular basis. Is if we haven't achieved that goal yet, no matter how huge this goal is our sacrifice that we do at the moment, is it big enough? Yeah. So that was I told earlier that I worked I had 3 jobs at a time for about 2.5 years. So that side job in the roof tiler company, then the job in the corporate world, and then my online business, or my network marketing business, I built in the evening hours every day. And that was, I had a lot of 15 to 16, almost 17-hour working days. And I often, and I was always reading those books, personal development. Les Brown is one of my favorites. He's always he's talking very much or very often the same components he uses in his speeches. But I think this is one of the keys why his speeches are so powerful. And then I asked myself, and I wondered myself, is this sacrifice not enough? All those months only sleeping 4 or 5 hours every day, being constantly tired, but pushing myself to keep going and keep building it. And I asked often, and I talked a lot of time with my wife, and she went through all that hard times. So she didn't definitely not married me because of the money. Yeah, so she's a good wife. And
She is. She is. You're a lucky man.
yeah,
Congratulations, brother. She's. Yeah.
definitely. Thanks, man.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
and this is about a sacrifice. So even I didn't saw that at that time when I working that hard, and I'm working hard now, of course, but it's now more comfortable. Yeah, I don't have to go to the roof tile company. I live the life on my terms. I started it. I'm not one of those gurus or a six-figure earner or something, but I do a living from that, what I always wanted to do. And I think this is one of the big goals for me at my time, and now it's time to build it up and scale it up. And so yeah, what I want to say is the sacrifice. We should be conscious about that and should always ask ourselves, is that enough sacrifice we put in at this particular moment? We ask ourselves. I hope you understand it. What I mean with that idea.
Oh yeah, your English is great, man. You
Okay,
do really
great.
well. Yeah, we totally
Thanks.
understand you, buddy. Yep. Yep. Carl, I see you're unmuted. Do you have anything you want to add?
Well, I wanted to go on that subject matter of what I get out of this. Every time I come on
Okay,
here, I
awesome.
get empowered by all the knowledge. It's like when I leave this show, it's like I am so motivated because of, for instance, and so many more, with Stefan and Luciano and Cindy and all of them. Everybody that brings in that knowledge, I get empowered by that. By the time I leave here, it's like, yeah, baby, let's go for it. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
You froze up a bit there, Carl. Can you repeat that, please? What you said?
Sorry about that. Maybe I went a little fast. I don't know because I speak too
No,
fast.
it's probably your Wi-Fi. Just go ahead, say it again, buddy. No problem.
Okay. What I was trying to say is I get empowered by the people that come on here. Like, for instance, Rick and Cheryl and, well, everybody on here in particular. You know, none in particular, you know, you, Kareem, and everybody. I get empowered, so when I leave this show, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I'm ready to conquer the world. And that's empowerment. And that's what you want, is entrepreneurial power. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling power. And I thank you for allowing me to express my power. Thank you.
Yes. Go ahead, Cheryl and Rick.
I think my takeaway for today was that if you chunk things up and then you take action and you stay consistent, then you'll get your goal accomplished and you'll get done. I think everybody kind of put every little pieces together, and that was my conclusion. How about you?
I think that was really good. I also wanted to add, Chris and Kareem, that I really appreciate you inviting us on the show and allowing us to be on here and experience something like this. It's been a real learning process, and I learn something every time from the other guests, and certainly from Chris and Kareem. They're consistent. They're young guys. They give me a lot of inspiration. And Carl, and Cindy and Stefan, you know, like when you see a guy that's from another country and he comes out and he thinks he's not communicating right, but actually everybody understands him. It's a different language. I'm always impressed by that. Especially, like, how many Americans do you see, hey, let's go build a network marketing company in China? They're not doing it, dude. They don't have the chutzpah or something like that, you know, and a lot of them don't have the chutzpah that Carl has and Cindy has too. You know, the heart and the dedication. Like, I don't want to bring this up, but like Carl was taking oxygen on the thing last time. Holy crap! you know, and he's on the show doing that. My goodness, you know,
I
and Cindy
know.
bears her heart when she comes on here. So I'm learning so much from the people, and I learn a lot of other stuff from Kareem and Chris too. You know, they're very knowledgeable about all this internet stuff and computers, and I can't even explain all the things that I learned from these guys. I mean, you have to get on the show, you have to watch the show, basically,
Yeah, yeah.
to experience. And I
Wow.
appreciate you.
You're very welcome, and we're gonna go ahead, Cindy.
You spoke, yes, Rick spoke, yeah, he spoke about China and everything. They're not building over there. That's one place I would not want to build is China. I would never want to visit there either.
No,
You
me
know,
neither, Cindy.
Yes.
they are horrible. They had that dog festival. I thought, you know, and I saw pictures on Facebook I didn't want to see. They were, they were in the store. They were packed. You could see that they were dog heads. Poor thing. I hate some of the stuff I see on Facebook. But those people in China, I would never want to build anything over there. Deal with them at all. And
No.
that's one place I'll never visit. But anyways, I enjoyed listening to everyone here too, and I also thank both you and Kareem for inviting me on this show.
Anytime. Yeah. Thank you, Cindy.
Sorry, I bumped my computer.
That's fine. Stefan, what did you learn here today, and would you like to come back? Go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you so much as well to meet all those amazing people here. We're only here as I saw the invitation, and I saw, okay, you've invited 683 people, and then I saw, okay, 8 attendees. I thank God that I decided to jump on it. Many people who would have seen this would have said, oh, 8 people. Oh, that's not the huge number, so I can save my time. And I think this is the difference between an entrepreneur and most mediocre people. So amazing, and I thank God that so the strategy that I used on Fiverr, maybe this a little story at the end. um, we met I met Kareem and Chris over a gig on Fiverr. I used, and so this was one of my strategies I used for my YouTube channel. So I'm doing Fiverr more like a hobby for now. Back later that year, it saved my ass when I can say that. I made some extra bucks ordering some creative things. And what I did, or what I realized, I have a gig on Fiverr where I comment on YouTube videos, and I did this not because I want to make money. I did this because exactly for that reason, because there are so many people on Fiverr, online marketers, who hire me or hire YouTube comments to get real account engagement, because all this fake comment stuff doesn't work anymore. And then I saw, okay, if some people, if I leave great, thoughtful comments on other people's videos, then maybe I get on my own YouTube channel some comments from those people, and it worked. It will not work every time, of course, but it's worked very well for me, I can say. And this was the reason why we met here, Chris and Kareem. And then I saw, okay, hey, you have something personal development stuff, and then I said, okay, you must use this opportunity to meet those great people, and uh, I don't regret it. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for being
Yeah.
now a part of this, and I hope we will grow, and let's spread the word that the community grows.
Yeah. No, you're definitely welcome here, Stephanie. We want to have you back, especially especially because you've been doing this for so long. I mean, you've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and your expertise and your knowledge is very, very needed here because, we got new entrepreneurs that could be watching the show, and we've got new people coming on the panel that are very young and probably not as experienced as you. So, yeah, please come back each week and share your brilliance, Stefan.
Yeah,
Thank
Stefan,
you.
I was really compelled to hear what you said because, like, I work and I do stuff as well, but part of me always wanted to see what could I do on my own. So me and Chris started the show. By the way, that's my uncle. I invited him to see what we're doing. We just talk about concepts of being an entrepreneur. Like this week, we're talking about Kaizen and little goals you do towards your big goal, whatever you want to accomplish. So the power that like you brought here, Stefan, and that Rick and Cheryl and that Chris brings really helps because this is a form of Kaizen. This is one show towards creating something that I don't even know where it's going to go, but I'm excited to see where it's going to go.
To success.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, that's where we're going. You're right. You're right, Carl. Absolutely.
I'm taking it there.
And
Every time I'm taking it. Every time I'm sharing
That's
it.
awesome.
And if everybody does the same,
I know, buddy.
we'll
You and
rock.
Rick, are you and Rick and all of us doing that?
We will rock.
Yeah, I really thought Marcia was going to be here. I wonder what happened to her.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I know this is a bit late, but hey, how are you doing? It's good to finally see you again. And my question is, like, I know you've worked in a lot of different things. What are some like small ways you do something towards your success, like daily actions you take or daily ideas you take towards becoming a better person every day?
Kareem, you need to address who you're talking to.
I did. Well, I said
Okay, well, he's muted because there was a lot of background noise while Stefan was talking, so I did mute him.
Okay. I do not know how to unmute if you can.
So, can you hear me?
Well, we hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I didn't recognize that the question is for me.
Well, was it for him, Kareem, or who was it for?
I left it up into the air, basically.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Stefan.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so my daily action steps is so I think we all have those huge lists what we want to do and what we want to accomplish every single day, and I have a concept that I learned from one of my mentors, and it's always the power of the concept of one. So always one thing at a time, because I realize myself sometimes that I break out of this habit, not focusing on only one thing, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I say, oh my goodness, how can I do this? And I have to do that, and I have to do this video, and I have to do that blog post, and I have to do, and I want to do this video course or whatever, and then I go one moment, stop it, and then one thing at a time. And what I always do is, this is what I learned from when I started in the network marketing industry, is get a book every single day or go on YouTube. You don't need to buy at least a book. Go to YouTube. There are so many motivational stuff on YouTube, and even it's only 5 minutes per day. Do this, yeah. Watch, and even if it's the same video all the time, yeah. When I worked in the roof tiler company, and it was winter in Germany and everything was dark, and I had to open up the gates and drive the cars in, put it in place that the mechanics could could start their work earlier. That was the purpose why I did this, or this was the task that I had to do every single morning. And then I had in my earphones always Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, Brian Tracy, all those big ones, audiobooks, and I thought, man, one day I will make it. That was always then the belief, and so that's so huge, and this is a habit I developed, and if sometimes it happens that I can't do take the time to do this 30 minutes per day or 5 minutes per day personal development, I feel it in my heart. I'm missing something out. So this is very, very important for me personally, to do really daily motivation, daily personal development, and then the day can start. Preferably in the morning. Yeah. And if you want, if you have times you don't think you can bring it, then you need more for your positive food for your mind, and for your that you stay motivated and have the drive to achieve your goals.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Stefan.
I think it's sometimes when we hit a brick wall, we want to stop, and then that's when you should keep going, because if it really meant something to you, you jump over that brick wall or find a way around it.
Exactly. Yes.
Yep. You can't stop just because you're having a bad day, or because you're not seeing the results you want to see, because results are exactly what they sound like. They're results. And they don't get realized until enough action is taken towards them, you know. And I think that's very, very important for people to understand, that, you know, being an entrepreneur isn't like going to work and punching a time clock and you're getting paid automatically for your work. Being an entrepreneur takes dedication, it takes a lot of persistence, and it takes a lot of determination. And that's what separates entrepreneurs from the working class, is they're willing to take those extra steps that other people are not willing to take. And I think that it's very important that we illustrate that to people so that they know what the differences are.
Also, like you were saying, who wants to do something for somebody else's dream their whole life? Not saying it's bad now, but eventually, don't you want to do your own thing? And that's open-ended. I'm not specifically addressing anyone.
I would say that you're correct, Kareem. I always wanted to do my own thing. I always wanted to be my own person, and I never really had a problem with working for someone else, except that when they started to take advantage of me and I didn't feel like I was getting paid what I was worth, you know. Like when I was a surgical assistant, the most I ever made was $17.95 an hour, and I was helping surgeons do surgery that a lot of them, they didn't have the skills because they weren't doing hip surgery every day like me. They do it once a week. So I was doing it, 5 days a week, and I felt like that I should get more money, but the system wouldn't let me have more money, And,
yeah, that's terrible. And one thing you were saying about that doctor, like in a network marketing or online, if you just don't come in that day, you don't get work done. It's not like, and he probably got paid for that day. Now, looking at that can never happen if you're an entrepreneur. If I don't come in and work, if I don't come into the power hour, it doesn't start. Or Chris doesn't start, it doesn't start. Just like that doctor, he would, in the regular system, yeah, he can get paid, but he can't get paid in this system if he doesn't come in. That's what I like about it. You can add something to that. I see your laugh.
Yeah, it's about showing up every day. You're right, and you show up.
I see you showing up every day, you know, and you show up big time, 100%, whatever you got. You know, I seen you show up on days when you didn't feel that great, you know, when your job was done and stuff like that. But you were still showing up and still doing the show, so that's what it takes, man. And that's the kind of people I want to be around. Like Carl, like you, like Cindy,
Awesome.
like Chris,
Awesome.
like
Awesome.
like Stefan. I don't want to mispronounce his name. I mean, these all you guys are badasses. Seriously, I mean, that's the kind of people that I want to hang with. You know, it's like frontline guys. You know, to me.
Right. Well, I got a little thing for you, Rick. Take this one. See how you like it. It's a little bit of motivation that I wanted to end with. Good players inspire themselves. Great players inspire others. And you inspire me.
Awesome.
And all others. Thank you.
Right on. Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. You inspire all of us, and you know it. We love you, man. Thank you.
Yep, we do.
Yeah, thank you.
We do. So I guess I'll talk about my takeaway for today and what I learned here. I learned that what we're doing feels right. Doing this show feels right. Having people like Rick and Cheryl who have been such incredible. They've been here for almost every broadcast. Actually, every single broadcast since we invited them, they've been here. Carl Davis has been a pretty proud devotee to the show for quite some time. And there's David H. Paul is pretty devoted. He couldn't make it this week, unfortunately. He's got other things, and people are going to have other things come up. You know, they're not always going to be able to make it. And then Chrysler Kuba is another one that is very devoted to our show as well. And I really hope Stefan becomes one of those people too, because he's got a lot of brilliant insight. And I learn every time I do this show, and I learn from listening to different people and what their perspectives are on the topics we're talking about. And it helps me keep the fresh ideas flowing for next week's show. You know, me and Kareem will get together and we'll brainstorm, well, what do we want to talk about next week so we can keep people coming back? What's going to keep people subscribed? What's going to keep people commenting on the videos we make and on the broadcasts? And are they going to want to be featured on the panel at some time? You know, so we're constantly making improvements to the show, and I always learn from you guys. Well, okay, it inspires me to create new topics and to keep ideas fresh, and so that we can make sure that we're offering value to people. So I learn more and more every time about how to offer a greater value and engagement from all of you. So I really appreciate that. Kareem?
Okay, wow. I learned don't ever make a German landing page. I learned a great quote from Carl. I learned that Rick and Cheryl have been doing this for a long time and they've had success, but they've had to work at it. Even though, like, he didn't know how to operate a computer, and he made 1,600 in a night. So that's literally zero to hero. That's very impressive. I learned a lot from Luciano and Carl about Michael Jordan, and I also learned that this is a part of my Kaizen, just showing up. So with that, I don't have anything else. We can close it out. Any thoughts, concerns, questions, insults?
I had one more comment that I wanted to make, and the reason that I show up, there's a lot of reasons why I show up. Obviously, they're personal and stuff like that, but I support Kareem and Chris and this show. When I see two guys that are out there doing what they're doing and not making an attempt, but doing what they're doing, I mean, I know that me supporting them is very contingent on me being successful too. Because when I see these two guys being successful, I know I can do it too. So, and they give me a lot of motivation and a lot of inspiration, and I see them doing it all the time and getting better and going forward. So thank you, guys. I'm very inspired by the show and by being on here. Thank you.
Stefan, I seen that you were unmuted. Do you wanna add your takeaways for today?
Yes, just one quick thing. I think with every show we will do here, it will grow us automatically, us as a person, and so I think the last show, no matter what show it is, the last show is always the best show. Yeah, and by the way, Rick, the pronunciation of my name is awesome. It's better than in my country. In my country, it's Stefan. So it's very plump, and Stefan sounds awesome, very elegant. So thanks. No, and so thank you so much, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm amazed, and I will have a. Uh, I think I can sleep this night. I think I'm gonna go and work the whole night through. Not tired. No thing. Okay.
Awesome. So, Stefan, we would love to have you back, man. So please, we'll keep you posted and updated on what's coming up and what's going on. If you go to the entrepreneurpowerhour.com and you fill out the form there, you can subscribe to our newsletter, and you'll be kept informed of what the show's going to be about for each week, and you'll be able to keep on top of everything. And if you subscribe to the channel and on our Google Plus page, then you'll be able to get notifications whenever we post new videos and new content and things like that, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you. So, Kareem, do you want to close out with anything?
No, just Stefan, come back. Awesome show. I'm going to screen share here real quick and show you what he was talking about, just to make sure. So let me do that really quick. If you go here, if everyone can see, you just enter your first, you go to the entrepreneurpowerhour.com. That's how it sounds. And then you go first name, email address, sign me up. That's it. All right, everybody. Have a good week.
Thank you for being here, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. And everyone, please keep coming back, because your brilliance is definitely appreciated. Well, Cheryl and Rick want to say something. Go for it.
Just wanted to say aloha. Hello.
Well,
Oh, aloha. Okay. Awesome.
Aloha.
Aloha. Aloha.
Aloha. Right
you.
on.
Love you all.